can't stop eating.
I know.
Stuff is way too good. Way too good. This is Jazz.
And share.
Don't be so tiny like that. And belt it out.
Mid-chew.
Belt it out, sister.
Enjoying. This is...
I can see the bloop bloop.
The bloop bloop. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, but you shouldn't have brought cracked cheese out.
Oh my God. It's
fucking
amazing.
Cracked cheese, man.
It's amazing.
So good.
Amazeballs.
Eat spoonfuls of that shit.
Well, this thing was brand new, man.
It's terrible. Terrible.
We're like just chugging it. We should just put it in shot glasses or something.
Could do that. I would take that over booze any day.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Not bad.
No, but this is a nice combination. Like the beer kind of quelches the heat, right? I like that.
Little bubbly, little burny.
Yeah, sure. It's all good. It's like sadistic love.
Ow, ow, ow. Ooh.
Ooh, that's much better. So I said this is Jazz and Cher. Okay.
It is.
Oh, and that's Giving Up the Ghost podcast.
Yes, that's right. That's what it is.
That's
we're not
the
a
most
food.
important thing.
Yeah, not a food thing. Yeah.
So if anybody wants to buy the podcast at this point for $5 million, sure. Come on down.
Have at her. There you go.
And where is Dan Aykroyd? Where is Dan Aykroyd? We tag him in all our...
He's hunting down some shit.
I know, but I want to meet this guy. Like even over the phone, just talk to him. Like interesting guy. Like I'm not talking actor fame and all that kind of shit. Like just, spiritualist, like just his...
I wonder what he thinks about the whole alien thing.
I would love to find out what he thinks about that.
He's probably thinking, yeah, assholes.
He probably knew all about that already.
He's like, I talked to whoever. They already told me about that shit. Yeah.
Here's the freaky thing about the alien thing, right? Now, I'm into some really way off stuff. Like within reason, collective consciousness, like, you think it'll happen, affirmation. Well, not as much affirmations, more, positive thoughts. You throw it to the universe, blah, blah, blah.
Try that shit.
Yeah. But I mean, there's a lot to it, and the collective consciousness thing, as far as like, they say, if you're outside in the forest or just like clear starry night, and if you start thinking about aliens,
one will come see you?
Yeah.
Well, fuck, I never asked. I never asked for nothing.
Don't ask. Careful what you wish for.
I want $1 million.
And it just gets dropped in your lap.
That would be cool.
Ooh, I bought Powerball tickets.
It would probably kill me. $1 million dropped in my lap.
It would hurt.
I'd be like,
it would
flattened.
hurt.
Yeah, that'd be it. Yeah.
Money kills you.
Tis true. More ways than one.
What was I going to say? So I bought some Powerball tickets while I was down in the States. This might be our last episode. No, I'm kidding.
Ever. Powerball it.
Powerball did it. Wouldn't that be funny? If I won the Powerball, it was, I think, 236 million. And the government there says, you know what? You don't live here. You have to give us half. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Here you go.
Take half. Thanks for doing business with you.
Go and buy some bombs with that shit.
Bye-bye. Yeah. Crazy.
Oh my God.
Crazy Americans.
Yeah.
So today is we're just introing. We're sitting here having some cheese dip. We did one episode on Hoodenfolk at Gimli. We still have to do some follow up with some people in Gimli on some haunted house stories. So look forward to that. Also, we have Spirits with Spirits coming up. We gotta do the logistics, and we'll do a contest for one lucky person. One
lucky person.
Just one lucky person. Wah, ha, ha.
I'd be fucking scared to get on a bus with us.
Bunch of freaks. The freaks come out at night.
Oh my God. Be like, no, we're not sacrificing you.
And it's just like,
not at all.
You have to sign a waiver.
Yeah,
for what?
Right.
Just sign.
Accidents. Yeah, they happen.
Shit happens.
If I can light a bunch of candles on there.
Pentagram on the floor.
Yeah.
People in the corner on a Ouija board.
Yeah, chanting.
Bunch of cats. Black cats just wandering around and shit, right? Yeah. Yeah, no, but that's closer to Halloween. I mean...
Yeah, wait.
The tour,
yeah,
not the sacrifices.
We need a forest and shit for that.
Yeah. We don't do that on your time. We do that on our time.
That's right.
That's right. So, wait, I gotta eat this chip. I got it. I just got it.
She's looking at it. It's calling my name.
Oh my God, half dropped on the floor. The dog will get there.
Oh no. Hot stuff?
No, just the chip.
Oh, that.
Not the dip.
Oh, shit.
No.
That would be like blasphemous.
I'm drinking Landshark beer. It's not bad. It's
I'm drinking Bud Light. You know what? All you people that don't like Bud Light, that's good because
More
I get it at a discount. And that's all I care about.
This is not a beer
Beer.
podcast. This is a ghost podcast. Freaky shit ass, creepy ass ghost.
Creepy ass beer.
Postcast?
Spooky. I had spooky.
Spooky shit. We love spooky shit.
Beer. Remember the spooky beer picture?
Oh yeah,
The haunted. Yeah.
The haunted, yeah. But today, again, we're just cleaning up some odds and ends, getting ready for the fall.
Jasmine just wanted to drink.
I just wanted to drink. It's my second last day of holidays. I got to go into work next week. You know what?
No, you don't. You're quitting.
That would be nice.
You're just gonna.
You know,
quit. Say,
I'd been
"Fuck
so
y'all."
stressed lately in this new position at work, which I won't get into, but I've been so stressed. This 2 weeks I've had off actually feels like I've been off for a couple months. Like, that's pretty bad. Mm-hmm. Like, it feels like I've been away for months.
Yeah.
Like, if
that
I don't
is
remember my
bad.
password tomorrow, I'm okay with it.
Yeah. I can't. I'm sorry. I can't go to work. I don't remember a
Oopsies.
password.
That's right. Yeah. So, but we're just cleaning up some house detailing. What we want to talk about today is the next interviews that you get to hear are from some of the lovely people that came to our table at the Gimli Psychic Fair. And we interviewed them because we want to showcase the psychics, the people that...
The people
you know,
that make the show.
Yeah. Like, so... We were recording for probably 7 hours, 8 hours. I don't know. It was a blur. We had Ashley and Kelly from the Winnipeg Paranormal Group. Love those ladies. Teresa came. We had a grand old time. Actually, the day did go by kind of fast, you know. So Cher couldn't make it. Next time she will be there. And that's going to be October 29th. And that's going to be in Winnipeg at the Continental Hotel on McPhillips. Will be the Winnipeg Psychic Fair. But today's episode is dedicated to the people, the mediums, the psychic. Well, they have, I label, oof, catter, ooh, pepper.
Had a Bernie.
So, like, I've got some of the business cards and pamphlets of some of the people that came to talk to us that we're showcasing here just to help them, get the word out. Like, when I say psychic, they all have different abilities. Like, it just blows my mind, like, how much stuff, audio, what do they call it, clairvoyant and all that.
It's probably stuff we've never heard about. Because,
No, yeah. And it just broadened my horizon. I love to learn about new stuff and people's abilities. I mean, take it for what you will. Like, we're optimistic skeptics. Like, we get that, there are shysters out there. And that's unfortunate.
We've met some shystery people. Yeah.
We've unfortunately had that joy. Not people that were at the psychic fair. They do psychic mediums. I'm just looking at some of the pamphlets here. There's like facilitators and coaches, reflexologists.
That person even has freaking scan.
Yeah, like they're
Holy
very
shit.
prepared. Another one here, spiritual medium, Reiki master, end of life doula. Seriously,
Oh, really?
end of life doula, grief
Shit.
support. Animal
I don't want that
companion
kind of job.
death doula. Animal companion death doula.
Oh,
No, but good on them.
know.
Because you know how
good
much
on
they.
them, but
No,
yeah.
but like for myself, like people, if the wrong people come and talk to me and their energy is not good, like I just feel so drained. Like I believe in that stuff. Like
exhausted.
totally.
I know.
Yeah.
But that's a job that I can't say it's a job. That's a way of life. But how can you do that for very long?
Yeah, exactly.
That would
So
be so
that must
depressing.
just suck the life out of them, literally.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, and some of these people do cleansing. They do protection. Like good on these ladies. Like there was one that I was really impressed by. I can't remember her name off the top of my head because we're talking to a lot. She just lives over in Ile-de-Chêne, I think it is.
Okay.
The way she was talking, it was just like, bless these people because they found their ability and they've tuned into it. They've honed it, and that's great,
And they enjoy it.
And they enjoy it.
They're not like,
Yeah. And I mean, yes, a lot of them are out to make money, but but that's for their time. I mean, time is money, right?
Yeah, for everyone.
So,
yeah,
yeah.
apparently. But
Yeah. So I do have to say,
except us.
we do this shit for free. Who's the sucker now, huh? But yeah, so the next interviews, I think there's about 4 or 5 that you're going to listen to. Now, here's the ironic thing that I was starting to share the story before this. And I'm like, oh, wait, we got to record this.
Yeah.
Oof. So what happens is, it's kind of funny. When you're at the psychic fair, we're on the section that is like just a big, like an auditorium, like just like a big room. There's probably about, I want to say 15 tables set up for
okay.
people that
That's
had
not so
different,
bad. Yeah.
no, they're selling different things and different wares. We
Right,
had
right.
t-shirts and 2, only sold 3, and stuff like that. So the people are walking around, and then like on the other side of the dance pavilion, which was built in 1936 in Gimli, it's just like this big open barn. It's just the coolest ambiance. They had like string light, which really, it was broad daylight, but the windows, they're not a lot of windows, and the windows are sort of like barred off with like chain link fencing, not windows, you know? So that's why you can't do it in winter. Like it's, you know.
Right, yeah.
But it just
freeze your ass off.
Freeze your ass off. And they had a stage and stuff, and then they had practitioners doing their different things and stuff like in between. So we didn't see who was who and what was what. And I think there was like something like, 15 or 20 various mediums and psychics and intuitives and all that. So I don't know who was who over there. Like, quite frankly, I didn't really look into a lot of the psychics ahead of time and stuff.
Right, yeah.
So there were people that were walking around at various times. I think I might have seen one or two. There were one or two people that I honed in, and I was really interested. And I'd see this person. I'm like, that looks like a cool person. I bet you it's one of the people.
The people that are
you
here,
know?
yeah.
And I'm like, I would love to talk with that person. And I shit you not, 2 or 3 of those people were the ones that were kind of gravitating around our table. Oh. And I called them over.
Yeah, and they kept on like going, what's going on?
Yeah. And I'm like, hey, I'm like, you know, are you one of the participants?
Yeah.
And they're like, yes, I am. And I'm like, would you like to speak with us? We were going to, you know, promote what you do and showcase. And we're going to do an episode just for you folks.
They're like, sure.
And they're like, yeah, that'd be great. But you know what? A lot of them were so humble and so well spoken. Not one was there a hint that they were superior, or not one was there any detection that they were just like, oh, like, fine, I'll just sit here and I'll tell you what I do. I have, you know, nothing like, well, you know what I mean, right?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Holier than thou. Like, you know, no, very gracious, very nice people. So, you know, it's really nice when you actually meet people that have honed into their ability and
they enjoy it.
They enjoy it.
Like,
these ladies, and for the most part, I think it was mostly women there, really. I don't think there was one man among them, but that doesn't mean anything either. So
you didn't see any men the whole time you were there?
Well, as far as that were...
Well, you saw Gavin.
Was
he the only man there?
Gavin. No, I meant of the practitioners, of the people offering their services.
Holy shit, there's no men there? Like, what the hell?
No. And it was very well organized. Like, kudos to Amy, who put this on. Amy Potton. She is a psychic medium herself.
Cool.
Very cool. And it was a nice experience. So we can't wait to join them again on April. Where did I get April from? October 29th. That's the Land Shark Beer Talk. Anyway, so please enjoy these interviews. Please do. So my name's Jazz. I'm with Giving Up the Ghost podcast. So we're here to talk to people and listen to their stories if they want to share. I'm hoping to build a little more understanding with the general public as to there is a need and a want and a reason.
Yes.
So, I'm sorry. So your name again?
My name is Delia Clement.
Delia?
Delia.
Oh, nice.
And my business is Guiding Light Services.
Guiding Light Services.
Yeah, and I'm a Holy Fire Reiki Master.
Okay.
And also an IET Advanced.
Okay.
Integrated Energy Therapy.
Okay, very nice.
Both of them, I've been doing this for 9 years.
9.
And I know that every time I do a session, my heart grows.
Yeah.
Because I know that I'm helping others, and I believe this was my passion, my calling. I'm also getting a little further in my education to learn mediumship.
Yeah.
Because I know it's so important to have people reassured.
Of course.
Of their loved ones, right? And that they are near, because people really don't know that they are right beside us, and they just don't understand.
Right. Exactly.
But yeah, because it's so lovely, right? And I'm loving my business.
Very nice.
Yeah.
And it's nice that you want to give back to people and help them explore.
For sure.
And it's during your journey as well. So
exactly.
Yeah. Very nice.
Sometimes I've been told too that whatever I've gone through in my journey, like I believe, like for example today, there's no competition.
Right.
We are all here for the same reason, to help each other. But I believe that whoever is meant to go to that certain person is meant to go to that certain person.
Very nice.
It's not like somebody stole somebody, you know.
No.
It's they're guided because I know that the energies or whatever you're healing.
Yeah, well, energy is energy. It doesn't go away.
That's right.
It comes back in another form.
Exactly.
Like we firmly believe that, and we've been talking like this for 4 years. Like we ourselves have learned a lot. Like nothing compared to what you find folks do here, but just the fact being that, you know, it's scientific even.
Yeah.
energy is energy.
But it's awesome too that you guys are helping because you're spreading the word
We're hoping
to
to.
open up people's minds.
For sure.
That there's loving energy out there that
Yeah,
is helping
for sure.
so many. So yeah, I'm just blessed to take the time to talk to you today.
Well, thank you so much for sitting down, and it's going to be a busy day. So
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and if you have a business card, what I'll do is we'll put it up on our socials when this episode comes out. I don't know exactly when. I still have like 2 days worth of doors open to
Okay.
edit and put out. So between now and Halloween.
Perfect.
And I want to do just an episode of you fine folks and get you the
Nice.
attention you deserve. So we'll put this up with your
thank you.
information.
I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
for sure.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for your
It was-
time.
Yeah, it was nice meeting you.
Nice meeting
Okay,
you.
have a great day. Well, I'll
too.
probably see you later. I'm going to walk around later too. Take care. How is it going today? Is it a good day? Yeah, good. Sure, please do. So what is your products that you're selling today? Oh, okay. Well, have a seat. Well, we want to promote the vendors and
Irene Wagoner. Hi, how are you? Yeah, I bet you've been here a long day. Yeah. So we are Energy Oasis Wellness Therapy. Myself and my business partner Christine Caldwell, and we do evidential mediumship readings. We do Akashic soul readings. We do integrated energy therapy. We do Reiki. We do shamanism, so to clear your house, to retrieve a power animal. And Christine also does angel card sessions. Yeah. So yeah, and it's been a great journey. We actually met in a mediumship class, and just decided that we were pretty much aligned, and we got into this business together. And it's been great. It's been really good. My favorite medium story, though, I don't normally remember readings, but it was after we had finished mediumship level 3, and I read for a lady out of Texas. And I always ask at the end of a mediumship reading, is there anyone that I haven't channeled yet that you'd like to hear from? And she said, yeah, I'd like to hear from this fella, Chuck. And I said, okay, cool. So I asked for him to come in. He literally jumped into my body, and I said, oh, I think Chuck was a pretty big personality. And she said, oh, he was. And I said, yeah, and Chuck liked to drink, didn't he? Oh, he did. I said, I see Chuck running around in his underwear when he was drunk. Oh, he would have done that. And then I paused for a sec, and I said to her, okay, this just came to me, so I'm just going to say it. Did Chuck ever kiss livestock when he was drunk? She said, yes, he would have done that. Because I had this image of Chuck leaning over a fence and kissing a cow on the lips. Like, so, mediumship can be funny. It can be traumatic. Like, people go through some pretty intense healing sometimes. Hearing from spirit they don't necessarily want to hear from. Yeah. And you get asked the hard questions sometimes too, So, but it's been really rewarding because really, Christine and I are like-minded. We're in this for the healing, right? Where if that healing comes emotionally or physically, that's our reason for actually starting the business overall. Yeah, and it's been great. It's been great because people have been really receptive. And then we also have a few products that we do. So we supplement. Yeah, Christine does the candles, which are infused with Reiki energy. So you get that Reiki when you burn them, and then I do the bra bracelets so that if you take the bra off at the end of the day, the crystals in your bra don't scatter across the floor. They're actually hooked to something. Could be a belt loop, whatever. Yeah. Sure, that'd be fantastic. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you very much. Nice to meet you too, Jess. Thank you so much.
Hi. How are you?
Good, how are you?
You're one of the vendors here, right?
I'm one of the readers here.
You're one of the readers. Well, I don't want to, healers, vendors, readers, mediums. What is your name?
I'm Krista Kelher-Menard.
Krista.
Yes.
Very nice to meet you. I'm Jazz. Oops.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Do you want to sit down and tell us about yourself? I'm going to be promoting everybody here in one of our episodes. Excellent. Here, I'll just give you this. That's for you. All right.
It's got a smiley face on it.
Yeah. Not too many people notice that. But yeah, so what I want to do is, out of everything I've got today, I'm going to specifically compile an episode dedicated to all the healers, mediums. I can't tell you exactly when that episode's going to come out, just because I've got so much stuff to edit. It's crazy. But in any event, Krista, who are you, and how do you come to do what you do, and how do you find your gift, and give us the background scoop.
Those are like super loaded questions.
Sorry. It's been a long day.
So much.
Not enough caffeine, too. I know.
So much that I could say. Well, my name is Krista Kelher-Menard.
Yes.
And I am a psychic, a evidential medium, a trance medium, and a Reiki energy healer.
Okay, excellent.
So it's a lot of things that I do.
A quadruple threat.
Yes. But it's all of it comes from source.
Okay.
So it's all source, but I'm just doing all of the things kind of separated out, if that makes sense.
Yeah, for sure.
So I've been highly sensitive and empathic since I was born.
Okay.
And always just feeling everything really intensely around me.
Get it, sure. Yeah.
And then life happened, and I slowly started to kind of block things out a bit. And then after my kids were born is when I started to hear spirit.
Really? Yeah? Okay.
Yeah. So I got a message from Spirit about my son, and it was accurate, and it couldn't have come from me, so I knew it was accurate.
Okay.
And I said to Spirit, you're going to have to wait. I've got a toddler and a baby, and I have no time
I get that.
towards developing myself at all.
Right. So how long, so you've had this ability since you were a child, born?
I'd say that the potential was always there.
Like the intuition probably, right?
Yeah. But it was just a matter of me living my life and having experiences to start unlocking the potential that was within me.
Okay.
So it was about 7 years ago that I really started to focus on the mediumship.
Nice. Excellent. So are you based out of Winnipeg, or?
I am in Ile-des-Chênes.
Ile-des-Chênes?
Yeah, 10 minutes south of Winnipeg on 59 Highway.
Excellent. Yes, I know where it is. I'm actually from Island Lake, so it's just down my backyard there.
Oh, you're right there.
Yeah. Well, we have a cottage actually in Winnipeg Beach, so that's kind of how I've come involved with this too. So, but so as far as like what your abilities are, what services you provide for people, I guess just the whole scoop. Like, what is your? I guess you're open to it all, but I guess what do you? I guess you get, gratification out of it as well. But I mean, when you approach somebody, can you tell what they need? Like how is your interactions with people like?
Generally, people come to me.
Okay.
And the people that I'm meant to work with are the ones that are coming.
Okay, and that's kind of where I'm going.
Yeah, I'm kind of not. It's not like I'm out there trying to sell myself so much as I'm there when people need me.
Yeah.
So I have an office in Ile-des-Chênes.
Okay.
And I do psychic readings as well as mediumship readings.
Okay.
And I also do Reiki healing sessions.
And just for clarification for people that listen to us, what would be the difference between the psychic and the medium? How do you...
Very good question.
Yeah.
So psychics are psychics, but mediums are also psychics.
Okay.
So what a psychic does is they are connected on a soul level.
Okay.
So it's the psychic connected with their sitter.
Okay.
And they're picking up information on them through their psychic senses.
Okay.
So often I'll get emotional feelings, I'll feel physical things in my body that my sitter is also feeling.
Yeah.
I may get life path type information coming through.
Okay.
So the psychic is only with that person and their soul.
Okay.
With my soul.
Got it.
The mediumship it's like a different level to it. So as a medium, I'm connecting with spirit.
Okay.
So I'm shifting my awareness out of the current present into the spirit world.
Okay.
So, and because I've always been very, very sensitive, it's easier for me to tap into these mediumship senses. And just over time, I've developed them.
All right.
To the point where I know that what I'm experiencing is spirit, and it's not my imagination anymore.
Okay.
Because in the beginning, when a medium is starting to develop, you don't know what's you and what's not you.
Right.
So over time.
So it's just a matter of finding out where the start and the stop would be, kind of thing.
Yeah. pretty much.
Yeah, interesting.
So mediums use their clair senses. So we have claircognizance, which is clear knowing.
Yep.
We have clairvoyance, which is clear seeing. So we would experience that through our third eye.
Okay.
We have clairsentience, which is clear feeling. So when I'm connected to a spirit and they're communicating with me, I'll feel how they felt before they passed away.
Wow.
If they're
That must be really intense.
Sometimes it can be, but once I acknowledge it, then it goes away.
Oh, okay.
If they are feeling a lot of grief, if they're feeling a lot of regret, then I'm feeling what they're feeling.
Oh.
So I can get really intense emotions from them.
Sure, yeah.
And I call them spirit chills. So I'll get like chills running through my body. So
Yeah.
I'm really, really connected to them. There's more senses, actually. So we have clairaudience, which is clear hearing.
Yep.
We have clairalience, which is clear smelling, and clairgustance, which is clear tasting.
Okay.
So I have tasted like ashtray. I've tasted when a spirit
like
has
that.
been a heavy drinker.
Oh.
I've smelled their homes. If it's like a musty kind of house,
Yeah.
I smell that smell.
Okay.
So it's just about the sensitivity.
Right.
So that's what the mediumship is the tuning into
It's kind of
spirit.
using your 5+ senses, right? Like your 5 senses and then your
Exactly.
the 6th sense.
Yeah. So we
brings it all
have
together.
our physical senses that we use every day, and then it's like another set.
Okay.
It kind of builds on it.
Interesting. Very cool.
Oh, in a reading that I do, I start in the psychic, and then I do just a soul reading on somebody. I'll tell you everything I feel about you. So then I shift into the mediumship, and I validate who they are, tell you everything that they are sharing with me.
Yep.
And then they always have a message after. They have advice. They have
good.
things that they want to share with the person that they love so much.
No, I think that's important because a lot of people want that takeaway. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like they come to you for answers. So I mean, that's very important.
Yeah. And I mean, they're not just hanging around watching us. They don't want us just to say, I see your grandmother. Right? They have advice. They're still so very much involved in their loved ones' lives.
Yeah.
And they have things to add. They have things to share.
Yeah.
So it's me as a medium, I'm giving a voice to spirit who doesn't have a voice anymore.
Is that person with spirit team, or is the person spirit team other spirits? Sorry.
No, it's good. I love talking about it.
You're hijacking my interview.
I'm sorry.
I'm kidding. She's got good questions too.
So the spirit team is everybody that you have in spirit. We all have spirit guides, and we have loved ones that have passed away that some of them can become more of an auxiliary guide, and they are much more involved in our lives than other loved ones that we've had. And we also have loved ones around us that we didn't know. So we can have like great-great-grandmothers and all these other people. So
Ancestral.
everybody's there. Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, $1 million question. Sorry.
Do I get $1 million?
Do you believe in coincidences?
Do I believe in coincidences?
That's a good question. I think I replaced Cher. Just kidding. Just kidding, Cher. My real partner couldn't be here today. Not that you're my fake partner, but
I believe that things happen for a reason.
that's what I say all the time.
Yeah, I
All the
believe
time.
that there is divine influence in so much of what we do
Yeah.
on a day-to-day
Yeah.
basis, but we just don't recognize it as being a divine influence.
Like you're driving to work, and then all of a sudden, like, I'm not taking that way today.
And take the other way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I follow that intuition all the time. Not to work, because then I turn around and go back home, because screw that place. No, just kidding. But I mean, I do believe, like, everything happens for a reason. And if you feel that you are fairly intuitive, and you're into yourself, like you validate yourself because of the little intuition you have, go with that gut feeling. 100%. So
I agree.
yeah. Well, interesting. Krista, thank you so much for your wealth of knowledge. Just blows me away. And I do appreciate your candor sitting down and discussing that with us. That's great.
You're very welcome. I do.
Yes,
think
because we'll card for her, because I know she's interested now.
Yeah.
And also a card for us, because like I said, we're going to be profiling. and putting in maybe even 2 episodes depending on who all comes, and then that way everybody gets to see you guys that weren't able to come to the psychic fair. And hopefully we can do this again because it was a lot of fun. So
If you ever want to have like a conversation, I'm totally up for that.
sweet. If you want to come onto the podcast, we have a pod lounge. We sit down, we have a few bevies. I mean, that's all on you, but you know, we don't promote drinking and driving, but come on down to the pod lounge and yeah, we'll just talk. That'd be awesome.
It'd be fantastic. I'd love to do that.
Great. That's
I'll
perfect.
grab you some cards. They're over by my
Sure, Krista.
spot.
No problem.
I'll be right back.
Okay, sounds good. Celeste Taylor. Hi, Celeste. Oh,
I have a business called Shamanic Lady Holistic Services,
okay.
and what I do is, well, anyway, what I do has evolved over time.
sure.
When I was 12 years old, I'm from a big family, right? So I found a deck of tarot cards in our house.
Oh.
And I picked it up and I started playing with it and I said, does this belong to anybody? And they said no. So I started reading with it.
Okay.
And I was accurate. And I had no training, nothing. So I'm a natural intuitive reader.
Okay.
So later on in life, I got the training for it and everything, right? And then I, like all over Canada and the U.S., I trained all over there. And then somebody said to me, why don't you take Reiki, because it'll help you with your intuition. So I thought, oh, well, whatever.
Yeah.
So I thought, okay, whatever. You know, I wasn't really all that into it. And then I took it, and it just opened me up like that.
Okay.
And I became overnight, pretty much, clairsentient, clairvoyant, claircognizant, clairaudient. The only clair I don't have is clairgustance, where I taste things.
Oh, yeah,
I've got
yeah.
everything else.
Okay. So it really just opened you up, hey? Like it was like the key.
Overwhelming. It was.
Wow.
I would be walking down the street, minding my own business, and people would walk the other way, and I would know everything about them. And I work in a hospital, and I would be.
That's exhausting.
And I work with I slate kids for dental surgery.
Oh, okay.
And I would be putting in their information into the computer, and I would know which of these kids were abused, which of them weren't. All kinds of stuff about them, like a lot
So
of them
heavy.
were indigenous kids, right?
Okay.
So,
Yeah. Like coming from up north for treatment. Yeah.
So it was really, really overwhelming, but it finally calmed down after a long time, and I was able to just focus on the people that were my clients, you know.
Of course.
And, yeah. So and then I never thought I would ever. Had no interest in Reiki, but now I have 5 different master's certificates in Reiki. I'm a hypnotherapist. I just work privately out of my home part-time. I'm still working,
Okay.
But
So this is sort of like a side for you.
yes.
Okay.
And when I retire, I can retire in 4 years, so I'll just do it full-time.
Good for you. Yeah.
But anyway, so it kind of blossomed.
Yeah.
Like a lot of things happened, and then somebody else told me about integrated energy therapy, which is working with angels.
Oh,
I
wow.
started working with angels, and all these angels showed up. So, you know.
I'd be exhausted, Celeste, if I were you. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's been good though for the most part.
Very nice. Well, that's great. I'm glad I'm glad I was able to meet you and that you gravitated our way. Everything happens for a reason. You sat down and you shared your journey with us. I love that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Well,
Do you have any business cards on you that
Not on me. I can go get one and bring one back.
Sure, because like I say, I'd love, well, actually, now I think I'm going to get a hold of you. But aside from that, we'll definitely profile if anybody's interested. And then, like I say, we're going to have one episode dedicated to everybody that was here that came to talk to us today.
Okay,
so,
sounds great. Thank you so much.
That's so nice. Awesome. Oh, that's okay.
Animals, before they pass, do they also see their angels around them?
Yes. Everybody, when they pass, whoever you are and whatever you are, something is coming for you, like to help your transition be smoother. I've seen so many people who have their pets coming for them. Yes, and like sometimes it's their pets, sometimes it's a family member, sometimes like it's their guides, sometimes it's an angel. And I'm sure pets have the same thing. Mm-hmm. They have the same thing. Yeah.
Nice, very nice. That's nice to know.
It is.
Really.
It is. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
So, okay. Well, thank you so much, Celeste, for your time. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm gonna contact you and I'll find out where I can send you guys.
Do you have a ghost story? How about Tracy's for a ghost story? No.
Oh, I do. I got lots.
Sweet. Well, you know what? Where's your business card? I didn't get a chance to talk to you earlier.
I am out.
Damn it.
I know. But
okay.
You know what? Kate.
Take their business card and write your information on it.
Yeah. Or just and then we'll get in contact with you. I got a pen somewhere.
Oh, I love this little grab. See, now I'm on the spot and I've got a gazillion ghost stories.
See, you are people. No, for sure.
That would be awesome. Well, here's the weird thing is that I've been lucid dreaming since I was about 2.5. And I remember them all from when I was 2.5. I'm 44 now, and up to this day, I still lucid dream.
I'm sorry. What is your first name?
Erin.
Erin? Yeah. Hi, Erin. I'm Jazz.
Hi.
Nice to meet you too.
And so, the really bizarre thing is that, I'm a feeler. Mm-hmm. So I don't see ghosts, but I can feel them, and I see shadow figures all the time.
Ooh, yeah.
So, oh my gosh. Okay, I'm trying to think of a good story. Okay, I have two boys. They're now 16 and 12, and my older one sees. So he's been seeing spirits since he was about 2.5. And my 12-year-old, he feels just like me too and sees the shadow figures. But I'll tell you a really good one. So we had just moved to Winkler. I just started a brand new welding job out at Meridian. I'm a heavy-duty welder when I'm not doing this. And so we moved all out there, my children and I. We moved to brand new, it's almost like a strip of townhouses. And they were brand new. Nobody had ever lived in them or anything like that. And so the weirdest thing started happening. And my kids were, Chase was 2.5 and Liam was 6.5. 3:20 in the morning every single night, I would wake up to them screaming. They would run to my room and they would jump into bed with me and they were terrified. Absolutely, completely terrified. I was like, what is going on? And this started to become constant. And the way my house was set up, like the place is that you come in the front door and it sort of splits. Okay. So like you've got the bedrooms downstairs and the bathroom, and then you've got everything upstairs. So so they had the bedroom with the 2 closets. And there are 2 beds in there, and then my room's off, down the hall or whatever. Right. So they were coming in every single night screaming. I'm like, what is going on, right? And I'm like, there's got to be something creepy going on. Now, do you guys remember when those ghost things came out for the apps and stuff like that? Oh, yeah. For the detectors and stuff like that? And I was like, yeah, right, I'm going to try this. Why not, So, fire up the app and whatever, and I see that not only is there a stream of ghosts going into one of the closets, there's a stream of dogs coming out of the closet. So I was like, okay, like, what is going on, right? So I was like, okay, this is excessive. This is happening every day. Something must be really, really scaring them. So I'm not a religious person anymore, but I did reach out to a friend who is very religious.
Right.
She ended up coming in, and she left screaming because all she saw was red, and she was like, get out of here in Jesus' name, in Jesus' name. And she was freaking out, like she was crying when she ran out of my house.
Oh my God.
And she's like, you have a portal in your closet.
Oh my God.
I was like, what? She's like, there is something bad in this room. And I was like, what is it? Like,
yeah, you're thinking brand new.
I'm like, brand new house.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? Like, how could this even be, right?
Right.
So she did that. Well, it turns out I befriend my neighbor 2 doors down, and they're clairvoyant.
Okay.
Him and his daughter. So I was like, hey, Lauren, would you mind, coming over to check it out? There's something really bizarre going on in my house. I feel it. My kids are seeing it. Like, I need to know what's going on here.
Right.
Well, they come into the house and they go into their room and they're like, yeah, you have a portal in your closet. I was like, are you for reals? They're like, yeah. They're like, there's spirits going in and out constantly.
Did they know that your friend also reported? Like, did you tell them, or did they just come in and say?
I didn't tell them anything.
Oh my God.
They came in, told me that, and I said, yeah. I said, my friend Krista came over, and she left screaming and crying, saying all she saw was red, and like, get out in Jesus' name, in Jesus' name. That's all she kept saying over and over again. So again, it still kept happening, and then all of a sudden Liam, he told me, Mom, I saw there's a man under my bed. And I was like, what? And he said, the top hat man. He was wearing a top hat. Now, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of the top hat man, but the top hat man has been seen all over the world by many, many, many people. He said he had a top hat on. He said his eyes were red, and he had a long coat on. And he was standing in the corner of, like, when you opened up the door, behind the door there. And that's what they were seeing every night. So all in all, in the very end, what I ended up doing was I was like, that's it. We're closing this door.
Yeah.
We're only going to go in here for if we need clothes or anything like that, or whatever you guys need, and that's it. You guys are sleeping in my room. We lasted 10 months in that place, and we had to move.
Wow.
We found out afterwards that it was the land.
Of course, yeah.
It was the land. There was a double suicide. What do you call it?
Murder-suicide?
Murder-suicide. That's what it was. There's a murder-suicide that happened on that land.
Where was it?
Winkler, Manitoba. Yeah. And so we never, that was it. And like I just started work there. Oh, that's it. We packed up. I was like, that's it. I don't care how much it costs. I'm like, you guys are not going through this.
Of course.
And ever since then, when we moved to the next place, my son, that's when he, like after he
I'm more sensitive now, right? Yeah.
Now
of course.
He knows, right? He ended up seeing a little girl that would walk up and down the hall, dressed in a schoolgirl outfit, and he couldn't hear what she was saying yet.
Okay.
But then, as time went on, and he kept seeing this girl, he said, "No, she never talks to me. She just walks up and down the hall." And I was like, "Okay." And then one day she came into the bedroom, and she said, I can't remember what the 2 words were, but she actually spoke to him.
Oh.
And I said, you know what? You keep a notebook beside your bed, because if anything like this happens, when you see something, you draw it. When it speaks to you, you write it down.
Right.
Keep a log, right?
Sure.
And he's, like I said, he's 16 now, and he can still sense it, he can see and everything.
Do they remember what happened or no? Or they still remember
yes.
it? Yeah. Hey?
Oh yeah. They, I said, do you remember when you used to live in Winkler? And they're like, yeah, nope.
Okay.
Nope.
I was just curious because usually kids after a while, like they kind of lose. They still have it.
And my son Chase, he also lucid dreams. He's been lucid dreaming since he was about 2.
Interesting. Very cool.
So I went and checked I'm adopted, and I checked my lineage, like my. Is that how you say it? My
ancestry,
ancestors,
genealogy,
genealogy. And it turns out I'm Italian, Brazilian, Polish, and Ukrainian.
Wow.
And in my blood, like straight up was my family was from Sicily on my dad's side.
You do look Italian.
And and thank you. I took credit to that because when I was a little girl, I was like, oh man, Italian women are so beautiful. And then I find out, I'm like, cool.
And the Sicilians are the deadly ones. So there you go.
Well,
take no shit.
Italian,
that's
Brazilian,
right.
Polish, and Ukrainian.
And Brazilian too, yes.
So that's like, man, that's like a
that's true.
WAPA 57. That's just like,
Dynamite,
But
yeah.
it was really cool though because like I found out that my lineage, however you say it, goes back to Sicilian gypsies.
Sweet.
And that and all of that stuff is actually in my blood.
Excellent.
So so that's one of my that's only one of my stories.
Well, definitely
the most
get
intense.
yeah, no, that's awesome. I appreciate that. Get a hold of us and we'll have a sit down one time for sure.
Yeah, like so here, I'll write down.
And do you just sell your wares, or do you actually sell any type of? Do you have like psychic mediumship? Do you do any of that?
You know, I do read cards, but I've only read my own cards. I've never had anybody read me cards. I've never gone to see a psychic. I've never done anything.
I'm
like
just
that.
saying because
I
some
want to,
people
but
have like a little bit of both here today, so I wasn't too sure what.
I mean, there are times, I'm not going to lie, if I have a couple of drinks or whatever, it loosens everything up, but I can read people, like I've had people be like in tears.
Oh.
And I'm just like, I'll just grab their hand and then that's it. It just flows, right?
Yeah.
But I don't do the actual fairs. Like,
Gotcha.
I don't, do it as a profession.
So, and what is your business called? Like, what is your?
Anya's Oddities.
What's that?
Anya's Oddities.
Anya's Oddities.
Or Aine's Oddities, whatever.
Okay,
Yeah.
sweet.
But I just that's my ADHD brain on the outside.
Okay. Well, we're sitting down with like the vendors, mediums, healers, psychics, and just let them do a spotlight. I mean, I'll probably put your stories separate, but definitely, send me your information, and then when we do the one episode dedicated to the people here, we'll make sure that we'll put that information on
That would be
with it.
cool.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Oh, that's awesome. So what did you guys think of that? Is that not freaky?
That is freaky.
Like that is like
You said you said portals, and I almost have you guys ever incurred that? Like this is the Winnipeg Paranormal Group, so
Oh
over
my God,
here.
I follow you guys. I thought you looked familiar. Straight up, I kept looking at you.
That's
and
funny.
I'm looking at you, and I'm like,
One left.
yes,
Two
thank
cards.
you. I just kept looking at you. I'm like,
That's awesome.
trying to figure it out, and I'm just like, what? Like, oh my gosh, like,
Yeah.
I would totally,
We're sharing the ghost love today.
yeah. Oh my gosh. Like, heck, I am down to hop on one of your adventures. Like,
We've
in a
got some public
heartbeat.
ones coming up in September and October at the St. James Museum. Yeah, tickets aren't on sale yet, but they go on sale on our Facebook page. So.
Okay.
And we just did one at that same museum a week ago. And it was awesome.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Like I remember seeing, God, I was 23. I was at, thank you.
Oh, you too?
I remember I was at my boyfriend's house at the time, and I remember it was a soundproof studio. So like it was his parents' house, but it was like in the basement. He had completely gutted the whole basement, and he made it like he was a DJ, and his own DJing company back then. So he had a soundproof studio that you had to go through 2 double doors that were soundproof, and then you're in the studio, and then to get to his bedroom was another set of 2 double doors. So there's no way that you can see any type of light going in the crack of either of the door frames or anything like that, right? Like straight up, just tight. And I remember when I was in there once, I remember looking behind me, and I second guessed myself because I was like, did I just see a little girl sitting? And I was like, what? And sure enough, I looked back again, and there she was. She was sitting on a little wooden chair. She was sitting sideways like this. She had on, it almost looked like a nightgown from maybe like 1910, 1920s. So it was like maybe down here. It had the frill at the bottom. It had, and she wasn't in any color at all. Like she was just white. And she had like spaghetti straps, sort of like this, with a little frill that went on the spaghetti straps. And she had ringlet hair that was about down to here, like big hair, but beautiful ringlets everywhere. And she turned and she looked at me, and you could see her hair go like sort of go out, like obvious movement. And she looked at me, and that's when I looked back. And I was like, I didn't see that, did I? And I looked back, and then poof, she's gone. But I was like, what in the what? And his house was the only house I ever had an out-of-body experience at. Ever. And like, I made it to the end of it was crazy, because I was like lying in the bed, and I remember having time with my hands kind of like comfortably, like, like this or whatever. And I remember I was like, oh my God, I don't feel it. I can't feel anything. And And I remember rocking myself, and then I rocked myself off the bed, and I sort of, I guess, rocked off, but sort of like landed like this. And I came off the ground about this high, and I went to the end of the bed, like facing this way. I was going to the end of the bed, and as soon as I turned around and saw the silver line that went to my body, it was like, and I like sucked back into my body, and I was like, and I was like, get up, get up, get up, get up, right? Like, but the thing that I saw and what I've been told, and what I researched afterwards is that when that happens, usually you see a light around the door or a light around the windows or whatever, like a bright light or whatever, and I saw that. So that was like really weird.
No, this was great. Thanks for coming, ladies.
Yeah, thank you so much for the invite. This was really fun.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah. You know what we say when we end our episodes? So
let me just we'll cue this up. I would like to thank everybody
yours, right?
for having.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh no, somebody forgot their purse.
So we'd like to thank everybody that came out to check us out today, talk to us, share their experiences. I'd like to thank my friend Teresa for coming out and helping. Also to Kelly and Ashley from the Winnipeg Paranormal Group for guest hosting with us, and they did their demonstration. And yeah, what more can I say? It's been a lovely, beautiful day. And check us out at Givinguptheghostpodcast at gmail.com. And we're on all the socials, mainly Facebook, as well as TikTok, blah, blah, blah. And we can find us anywhere that you can find podcasts. So at this point, I like to say, as we always say, remember to live every day like it's your last.
but never give up the ghost.
Never give up the ghost.
Say it.
Never give up the ghost.
But never give up the ghost. Ciao for now. Thanks, ladies. You guys are amazing.